SwoleBenji here. I have analyzed 20 different professional gamers' settings, their field of vision, everything that they do, and I've combined it to make the most optimal possible settings using all of their stuff, and I'm going to reference some of this in the materials. So first off, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the settings in case you don't want to hear the explanation as to why. If you just want to copy these settings, this is what the professional gamers use. I'm going to go over in a bit why they use these settings. Now, professional gamers, they all use the controller for the aim assist. So we're not going to get into controller stuff, right? We're just going to talk about the video. Field of view is 112, and once you enter a match, it will then move to 113. I do not know why. So 112 or 113 on field of view is fine. And then you can just copy the rest of this stuff here, okay? And I'm going to tell you why it's set to low, even though I have a beast PC, and why the professional gamers also use low settings. I'm going to show you screenshots and compare pixel to pixel why this is, okay? So stay tuned for that if you're interested in that. If not, you can just pause the video, you can slow down the video, and just copy these settings here. And then you'll have the professional gamer setup. And the next one is UI. Very important on UI. There's really not much here at the top, but the main thing is changing the enemy color to a purple hue and the friendly to a green hue. And then other than that, you have the weapon offsets, okay? So you're going to go to weapon type, and you're going to change all of these to depth offset positive 100, and then horizontal and vertical offsets to negative 100 on all of these. And I'm going to show you why with some Photoshop and some pictures, okay? So let's get into that. Now, out of all the pro gamers that I have analyzed, there's one that's always reliable, and that is T-Squared. He's been around since the Halo 2 days. I believe his team was straight ripping back in the day. I used to be in MLG back in the Halo 2 days. I'm not going to tell you who I was or my team name, but I did do MLG, and he's still doing it to this day, so he's a very reliable source of information. But when he does live streams, and so in his live stream, he has a bot set up that tells you all of his settings, but there's one setting that he doesn't tell anyone, and if that is the field of vision. If you ask him what his field of vision is set at, he won't tell you. And his bot, when you ask it specifically for field of vision, the bot says, "Wouldn't you like to know?" But I have figured it out. It's 112 and 113, and here is the proof, okay? So this is a screenshot of his stream right here. You can see the top of his head, and this is what he's seeing on his screen, right? Now, I've tried to pixel perfect match this exact position and this exact everything, right? So this is my attempt at that. So here you go. This is a screenshot from me now, trying to match his exact field of vision. For those that don't know, if you change your field of vision, it widens or narrows the depth of your camera, which means you can see further around you, but everything in front of you is smaller. So again, look at the pixels here. This is his, and then this is mine. His, mine, his, mine. So you can see that it's 112, which the game will default it to 113. So that is solved. We figured out T-Squared's field of view. But let me show you another thing too. This is with all your graphics maxed out right here, this screenshot. Now, you can notice in the middle of the screen there's a little bit of fog, and on the left side there's a little bit of fog as well. But if we turn the graphics down to low, boom, we can see way cleaner in the middle and the left side of the screen. Look at this. Okay, so this is max settings. It's a little foggy. It's a little hard to see. This is low settings. Look how much sharper and more detailed everything looks. That doesn't make sense, does it? But for whatever reason, it does. So this is why all the pros turn their stuff down to low. All right, so next up, this is weapon offsets. So we have, that's negative, and then this is positive, and then this is when you Photoshop both of them out. And then this is whenever you take the positive 100, which is the green one, and put it inside the negative 100, which is the purple. And then this is when you chop up the positive 100 to make it all fit inside of the negative 100. And that shows you that by making your weapon offset, which we showed earlier, positive 100, it takes less pixels on your screen. Now, professional gamers in a lot of games simply use an option or a config edit so that you don't even see your gun on the screen. Like, go look at like Team Fortress 2 Pro footage. You don't see any guns on the heads-up display at all. You only see like the aiming cursor. That's it, right? Because you want to see as much information as possible on your screen. So like when you're trying to shoot the bad guys, look how much stuff is on the screen. His gun, his arm, his hand, it's all covering the bottom left side of the screen. If there was an enemy just crouched there, it'd be hard to see, right? Obviously, situational awareness would help with that, right? So this is before I messed with the offsets, and then This is, again, messing with the offsets right here. So there you go. And like I said, this shows that you should use the positive 100. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you those settings one last time, real quick, for those that might have missed it or for those that skipped around in the video. Again, we're not talking about controller settings because I personally do not use a controller. I have not used a controller in since Halo 2, guys. So I am not a reliable source of information about controllers. But all the pros use controllers. Every single one of them, or at least they claim to. Some might use a little emulator to simulate a controller, because when you use a controller, you do have aim assist in this game. And there are graphs on Reddit and other such sites that show that controller users have more accuracy than keyboard and mouse users, but that's just the game. So whatever. Anyway, so this is the settings that I use. You don't have to copy these. It's different for everyone. I use 1200 DPI, 800 something with all the default stuff. Nothing really changed here. What's most important is video. Again, we're going to go over it just one more time, and that is field of view 112, which the game will change to 113, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Resolution scale 100%. Now, I actually max out frame rate at 120. I have old monitors. I do this so I don't blow up my graphics card. There was a scare in New World where a lot of people lost their graphics cards because they didn't max their frame rate. So I always max my frame rate. Pros may or may not do this. It's irrelevant, honestly. You want your minimum frame rate to be whatever your monitor is, okay? I have a 60 hertz monitor, so if you had a 120 or 144 hertz monitor, you would change this, okay? And you would just hit custom and type in whatever it is. But I only have 60, so I stay at 60, okay? VSync, again, that's a monitor thing. So here's, again, the graphic settings. To have that clear visual picture that I showed off earlier, you move everything to low, reflections off. Again, everything low or off if possible. And the only thing that you keep high is animation quality. You max that out, okay? That's it. Everything else is low or off. And of course, you put async compute off, blur at 0, screen shake at 0, exposure at 0, full screen effects 100%. This is very important to see certain things going on in the field. If you have this turned off, you will not be able to tell certain explosions and weapon effects, which is very important if you want to locate things like whenever someone shoots a sniper rifle, you can see the bullet trail. With this off, it's very hard to see. Speed lines off, sharpening 100% so you can see things more clearly. And audio, sadly, the audio in this game is not as good as Halo 2. I don't know why. Maybe it'll be fixed one day, but for everyone's sake, please enable push to talk. I'm sick of hearing your dude bros breathing in the mic. And then finally, again, UI. We already went over this earlier in the video. We're doing it one more time because I have to make the video 8 minutes to get paid. All right, enemy UI color. Cerise? I don't know how to say this word, but it's like a pink purple. And it makes enemies, their shields way easier to see. And then the friendly UI mint. The majority of pro gamers use these two colors. I don't know exactly why. But I tried it out and I had way better luck with it. So this is what I recommend you use. This is what I use. This is what the pros use. So go ahead and use this. And again, weapon offsets. You just scroll down here. This is just observer stuff. Don't worry about it. Negative 100 for horizontal, negative 100 for vertical. That means your weapon is closer to your body and less jutting out on the screen. And then depth offset positive 100, okay? So positive's to the right and negative is to the left. So move the first two all the way to the left and the last one all the way to the right. And you have to change this for everything. Melee, pistol, rifle, and heavy. Change that for all of them, okay? And that's the pro settings. I'm SwoleBenji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. I try to make a video every day. I don't quite cover Halo much right now, but the game I currently cover died. So I'm looking for a new home, a new game to play. If this video gets lots of views and lots of likes, then I'll make more Halo stuff. I used to be a pro gamer in Halo 2. I have a lot to offer, but I don't know, man. It's I gotta go where the views are. I'm sorry to say that, but this is how I survive. This is how I don't starve. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you watching. Please leave a comment if you want to see some other Halo content. I would love to do it. It's a free game. Anyone can download and play this. I have a link in the description and in the comments if you want to download this off Steam and play it right now. It's completely free. You can download it and then have fun tonight if you want. Okay, I appreciate you guys. Take care. See you tomorrow.